page 217. Yay! A new chapter begins. Exercise 7A, creating custom symbology. So in this video, we are going to we will be graphic designer. We're going to create a marketing product for the Florida Commission on Tourism. I love Florida. I'm a Florida girl because the weather, I'm born and raised in south part of China. So I really like warm weather in the south. So, Florida is great. Now we're going to advertise Florida. So our Florida map will highlight the southern Atlantic coast of Florida as well as the Florida Keys. And we will be printed in a brochure for prospective coastal tourists and scuba divers. So to symbolize, it is best to have the ArcMap window maximized if possible. So now let's just go ahead to click exercise chapter 7A. So now we're going to double click on this, and at this point it will opens up the ArcMap. It's going to take a little time, and then we're going to you will going to see the map that starts with only a raster data set representing the ocean floor terrain along the Florida coast. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, now we're going to close georeferencing this stuff, and we're going to go to my data, and you can see it's very nice that the folder connection in Arc Catalog already prepared for us. So we just go ahead to add all this data at once. So we're going to have or we can add from here, or we can just go ahead to click add data, go back to chapter 7 data. You can hit Control and select all these layers, or you can just hit add data and everything here, and I just drag and add. And now our map will look a little different. Your map will look a little different than mine because each time you add the data and the color and stuff, the symbology, the symbol colors, it will be a little different. So now you have some work to do to make your map look representable. So in the ArcMap table of contents, click anywhere in the white area to clear the selection layers. So now I'm just going to click any white area. Next, we're going to change some layer names for clarity. So to record that, we learned in earlier chapters. So how do we going to rename it? We have two ways. The first one is we can right click on the layer property, go to General tab, and change the name. Or we can just click on it and change the name. But now I'm going to just for one by one, we're going to do shipwreck. Right click on it, go to property and general. We're going to change it into historical shipwreck. And then Highway 1 to US Highway 1 right here. Hit apply, hit OK. Highway 1, we're going to choose to US Route 1. Go to this side. And then rivers to major rivers. ST parks, major lakes. ST parks will be state parks. And then Florida coasties. Going to change it into ocean background. Okay, now we're going to clear the cities and historical rec checkbox to turn this layer off, and we can come back them later. We don't need the cities bathymetry, and we can do that. And shipwreck cities. And we're going to click the line symbology for the bathymetry and open the symbology sector. So bathymetry lines indicate changes in ocean depth, like the elevation lines on a topographical map. So the symbol selector, and we're going to click the color arrow. So color, and it bring up the color palette. So we're going to search. The color is Sugilotto sky, and we're going to click OK. And the new color is fine, so now we can but we may not notice that the bathymetry line somewhat obscure the coast boundaries. To remedify this, we're going to change the default drawing order. And we're going to in the table of content, we're going to drag bathymetry below state parks. Right here. And now you can reorder layers only when the table contents is in the default list by drawing order view. Although lines are typically placed on top of polygons, why does it make sense to put bathymetry lines below polygons? Because bathymetry lines can obscure shoreline boundaries. So that's why we're going, we need to see the shoreline better. So here is a shortcut for performing simple color changes. I'm going to show you. We can just go to the each layer, and we did it before. You can just use left click the rectangular or the symbol icon beneath each layer's name. So we're going to click the symbol for the major river layer. So major river layer, and right click on for the color change. So now if you want the same color for the lakes, but because lakes are polygon features, there are two color options, one for the outline and one for the fill. For more complex symbology such as this, you cannot use the shortcut method. You just used for major rivers. So click the symbol below major lakes to open the symbol selector for fill color. And So first we're going to do for the major rivers, and then we will do the major lakes. So major rivers. We're going to just do solidate blue. And then for major lakes, and we have to do the fill color. So that's why we have to bring the symbology out. And because it's a polygon, you can see there is outline color for it. And outline color, we just make it no color. And for fill color, we're going to use appellated blue or oxide blue. Oxide blue. If you hover on top of the each color, then you can see the name for the color. Where is oxide blue? Or we can just do this. You can just click lake, and we can have to do the outline before. Now the lake color already specified. And now we're going to work on drag major lakes just below major rivers. Then we can drag the park above counties. Park. So parks above counties. Now we have a cities, historical. Now our layers have cities, historical shipwrecks, US route number 1, and then major rivers, major lakes, bathymetry. We're going to move below bathymetry. And because we don't want it to confuse our shoreline, so major cities, coral, state parks, counties, southeast, bathymetry, and ocean background. Perfect. Now we're going to open the US route. For the color, we're going to choose Mars red. Okay. Mars red. Mars red. Hit OK. And for the white, highlight 1 and replace it with 1.5. We're going to open it again. And we can just type in 1.5 and hit OK. So now for on your own, we can do the remaining layers as follows. The instruction says coral, fill the color, median coral. Median coral. Right here, median coral. And outline white, 1.5, 1.5. Outline color, median coral as well. Hit OK. And then we're going to do the state parks. And we're going to fill the color with macaque green. And note outlines. No color. So it doesn't matter the outline wise because we already chosen no color. Looks good.